Originally, the government committed itself to do compensation in 3 sub-regions: Acholi, Lango, and Teso. When the exercise started, there was pressure from other sub-regions: West Nile, Bugisu, Bukedi, Busoga, and parts of Rwenzori which were hit by the ADF. This matter was presented to Cabinet, and a decision was taken that we wait, we first see how the other areas are being compensated, because we would be overwhelmed and government may not be able to appropriately carry that burden. So the idea was that we first do substantial work on the 3 sub-regions, then we would seek guidance from Cabinet and be directed.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues, you have power to empower yourself through budgeting process and sector committees. When you are processing ministerial policy statements, and this is where we have to be assertive and we raise these issues. And I'm sure Government Chief Whip has also taken note. It's in a wide perspective, Honorable. Huh? Yes, Honorable Ababiku. Clarification? Also clarification. Let me start with the one who has raided the microphone without my permission. Though he has not spoken.
I do not switch on, Right Honorable. Right Honorable, when we had a sitting in Guru, we had a report from the Government Assurance and Implementation Committee on the compensation. That report was read and it was not adopted. We are waiting for that opportunity so that the Parliament will fully debate that report and we come up with a resolution. And in that report, the issues of West Nile, they are included.
Thank you.
The other parts of the country, they are waiting for our report and that resolution. Right, Honorable Speaker.
Clerk, put it on order paper for tomorrow. We have it sorted. Honorable Angura, then Honorable Basarira.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, you've rightly said that we are processing the budget. We have started with the BFP. Very soon we shall go to the Ministerial Policy Statement, and that is where we should be assertive. That is a very good statement. But remember, Right Honorable Speaker, now we are looking at the plans which have come through the BFP. When you look at the column of the unfunded priorities, which will still be translated into the Ministerial Policy Statement, and finally the budget we shall pass, many of the needs that these constituents of yours here, the members here, are focusing on it to achieve as a way of benefit as they return, are in the unfunded priorities. And that will continue up to the...
Honorable Rule 8 does not allow me to allow such a debate on anticipation. Please, let's just... You can submit without referring to what is in the report of the BFP and all that.
I thank you very much. So I want to request, and the Chief Whip is here. The Minister of Finance is not here. I want to request that when we come to that conclusive situation of approving the figures that we shall supply here, let those figures be honored.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, honorable colleagues, we shall give you enough time to scrutinize the budget. Okay? We shall give you enough time. You will scrutinize deeply. I had allowed Honorable Wasarira.
On the issue of compensation, the Ministry for Justice appeared before our committee, legal and parliamentary. And as the learned Attorney General said, actually the focus now is on 3 areas, places, Acholi, Lango and Teso. And they did request, I think it is 100 billion for that process.
So as a matter of fact, West Nile is not there. That's from Cabinet. And even us from other areas like Busoga, where Lakwena terrorized us, are not there. So, Right Honourable Speaker, as a matter of fact, the focus remains very limited to those areas. And from the budget framework paper of the Ministry of Justice, that is very clear. That's the clarification, Right Honourable Speaker, I
Thank
wanted
you.
to give.
Let's handle anything to do with RAND. We are discussing that issue tomorrow. Okay? Honourable Wanika guided us very well. When we are debating the report, then you'll make the submission. No, so is it on the same?
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, thank you very much.
Is it on the same?
From your communication, and it has become my common practice to remind the Minister of Education that you, as you said, you are going for campaigns. Our children should not stay behind. I'm getting numerous calls as a shadow minister from a number of schools. They are not getting capitation grant. Yet the term is starting on the 3rd. And this is a very big problem for our children. We are not yet out.
Thank you.
But above all, Mr. Speaker, let us see, help Minister of Education. This money is very little, and the teachers must be at school by now, preparing for the beginning of the term as private schools all our children are studying from. The biggest population of our children in Uganda are in UPE schools and USE. And Mr. Speaker, Minister of Education is taking attention. A number of USE schools now have developed a system of opening up boarding sections.
Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Peter Gwang, Minister.
Information I had there.
No, he was already off. No,
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Please, Honorable, please, when you see me seated here, never switch on a microphone without my permission. Yeah, because we have to stop somewhere when we are conducting business here. Honorable Minister? No.
First of all, Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, Happy New Year. On behalf of the Minister of Education and Sports, I want to thank my colleague, the Shadow Minister for Education and Sports, for the questions he has asked, and I want to reply him as follows. We will be releasing the primary living examination on Thursday. Today is Tuesday, tomorrow is Wednesday, Thursday. So, honorable colleagues and the entire country should be informed of that. Number two, in line with the question my colleague has raised regarding the issue of capitation grant, I want to say the following. Right Honourable Speaker, permit me to bring the written statement on Thursday to answer on the capitation grant in as far as whether it has been released by Minister of Finance or not, because once they release...
No, Honourable Minister, you're going to burden yourself for nothing. You're going to croak the order paper. You can have a minute, you call your PS from outside, you confirm, and so that I save you a burden of coming to debate here for an hour.
Most obliged, Right Honourable Speaker.
Yes. So whenever you're ready, make a sign to me. But you see, Honorable Seungo, number one, okay, when you are submitting on your issue, you refer to my communication. I never communicated anything regarding education. Huh? And I kept quiet. Number two, you again want to come back on the same. So, okay.
Mr. Speaker, I hid under the new year and the campaigns coming in interest of the children. But Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the Minister of Education for his response. And I always talk from an informed point of view. But there is something very serious we must address as a parliament. USE schools are having their students because parents cannot afford fees. And the culture is growing the number of rural schools where schools are opening up boarding sections, charging parents fees. And it is challenging parents. And the Minister of Education has not come out with a proper statement on who are supposed to attend the boarding section. As I'm talking now, parents are paying over 700,000 in USE schools. And the government is paying 60,000 or 80,000 per student in USE schools. And it has become business. All this we must address it because students are running out of school. If you don't have boarding fee for senior 4, senior 3, you can't attend, and they are pulling out of school. All that must be addressed by the minister as he looks for his statement that might not be very true from what I know. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Yes, Honourable Minister. Any good news for us?
I want to confirm that the capitation grant will be to all schools in the country by Monday next week.
Thank you. Thank you.